we had like a combat class where we had to like learn how to do combat without actually hurting each other, like as part of like our acting classes. And I was in a group together with Bruno and a couple other people as well. And we recorded the entire thing. And they were kind of like, I was walking down the street and they were like attacking me on the street. That was kind of like the setup, whatever. And then there's this really funny moment in the video where I'm like kicking Bruno to the wall, and then he like slams into the wall and then like whoosh, looks over at the like back at me. Like it's just really funny. I'll see if I can find the clip and insert it here, but it's hilarious. Hey Voxstar, and welcome to From Singer to Artist. I'm Lara Chapman, award-winning singer and songwriter turned viral vocal coach and the host of this show. At VoxTape Studios, we help singers from all over the world level up their voices by teaching them the 3 fundamental skills all singers need: technique, awareness, and artistry. Whether you're looking to go pro or just develop your voice for fun, my team and I are here to help. Check the link in the description to book your first session or grab some of our other resources. Alrighty, are you ready? Let's get started. Fun fact, I actually went to a musical theater school right out of high school in New York City. I know, shocker. A lot of people don't know about that. I went to the New York Film Academy in New York City when I was 18 for 2 years. It was a 2-year program. It actually really only took a year and a half, but it was a 2-year program. And I studied musical theater and acting for film and TV there, and had the time of my life, but did realize that musical theater wasn't going to be my thing. Honestly, it was my fault for not like researching musical theater enough. I was like, yeah, why not sing, act, and dance at the same time? Sounds like a great time. Perfect. Let's do it. Totally didn't realize that musical theater music and contemporary music, like pop music, was very, very, very different. So I realized that, okay, maybe musical theater isn't quite what I wanted to do, but learned so much. Honestly, this is where I really first learned about storytelling and actually caring about what the song that you're singing is about and not just showing off what you can do. Yeah, I was a late bloomer in that department. It took me acting classes at 18 to realize that singing is also about telling stories, not just about showing off. But for today's episode, I reached out to some of my former classmates from the New York Film Academy and was like, hey, it's been 10 years. What is going on in your life? Like, tell me. I want to know. And I am sure you guys would like to know as well. Who are these people that go to musical theater school or, school for music and acting and dancing as well? And why did they decide to go to musical theater school? And what do their lives look like now? The New York Film Academy musical theater program is not a bachelor's degree program where you have like all of these liberal arts classes as well. Literally the only thing you do from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. It's a very strong, like a busy schedule. You really just focus on the skills that are going to serve you in the real world. Like you have audition classes and just like a lot of that kind of stuff. So anyways, I got some videos from my former classmates, and I was thinking we could look at a couple together so that you can see who these people are and where their lives are, like what they're doing with their lives now. One of the cool things about the New York Film Academy, to me at least, was how international it was. It was when I first moved to the United States. So I'm from Switzerland originally, went to the United States to go to the New York Film Academy in New York City. And there were a lot of other international students as well. One of them being Will. He is originally from Belgium, if I remember correctly. So let's have a listen to Will's story.
Hi, my name is Will Van Moss. I'm an actor, accent, speech, and dialect coach living and working in New York City. I'm originally from Belgium.
I remembered correctly. Originally from Belgium, still in New York City. Oh, that's awesome. Dialect coach. That's cool. So that's one of the cool things. Like when you have a foreign background, it really opens up the kind of roles that you can play, because then you can, play a German speaking character, a French speaking character, a Dutch speaking character, or, whatever. Russian character is a big one. And that broadens up your horizon there. Where Will went with this is going into the dialect coaching side of things. So that's really cool.
But I've lived in Western and Southern Europe, and I moved about 10 years ago to the United States to study at the New York Film Academy.
Yes.
So originally I was a mostly operatic actor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I started singing in a choir when I was 6 years old. Wow. And from there on, when I was 10, I moved to the opera in Belgium, the Flemish opera in particular, where I sang in various operatic productions such as Carmen.
Oh my God,
Ronaldo.
I love Carmen. Carmen is like my favorite opera. I'm not an opera singer. I had no idea you did opera, Will. What the heck?
So, Richard III, the first opera. And that kind of spiraled my passion for the theater. And after that, when I was 16, I started doing pantomime and Shakespeare and some musicals.
What?
And I was lucky enough when I was 18 to be able to go to college in London, where I performed in several West End productions, in musicals and theater shows.
I did not know any of this. Oh my God, Will, it's like I don't know you at all. What the heck? He was in London. Okay, that makes sense. I kind of remember that part. But West End productions, how amazing is that?
And that kind of like ignited my passion for musicals. And that's really why I wanted to study musicals, because I had performed in a bunch of them. And I really wanted to make that something that was part of who I was and my profession.
Very
so after
cool.
graduating the New York Film Academy, I went on and had some struggles with my visa, just like many other foreign actors do.
Visa struggles. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Oh my God. It's really, really annoying when you're a foreigner in the United States and you're trying to work. And so I can definitely relate.
But eventually was able to get a green card. And since then I've performed in 2 off-Broadway productions.
Okay, hold on. We're going to get to your off-Broadway productions, Will. Oh my God, that's amazing. But getting a green card as a foreigner in the United States is incredibly difficult. I got one because I married an American. Otherwise, I would have had no chance. Love you, Grant. But that's amazing. But okay, 2 off-Broadway productions. Yes.
I recently was able to be on season 2 of The Night Agent on Netflix. I have performed in several short films.
Hold on. I know that show. I haven't seen it. Now I need to go watch it. Oh my God.
I have performed in several short films, 1 or 2 feature films. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing as an actor. But I've also veered into dialect and accent coaching, which really for me is a way to stay connected to the industry. And because I speak over 5 languages, that's something that really incorporated my love for language and the love for theater and film. So currently I've been working as an accent and dialect coach for the past 4.5 years.
Okay.
And I'm currently working privately as my own business, but I also work at the Prep New York and the Prep New Jersey with one of our fellow students from New York Film Academy, Jesse Clayton, who started the Prep New Jersey.
Yes.
So that's kind of what I'm doing now. So if you ever need accent or dialect coaching, you can come to me.
Yes. Oh my God. I love that. Oh my God. Jesse was a year above us. So that's awesome that they were able to connect there and get that relationship going. I love that. And see, this is so smart. Like, Will found a way to stay connected to the industry, right? By by like doing something else that he loves and make money that way too, because I assume he's not doing this coaching for free, right? So I find that so smart, like finding other ways besides just being in front of the camera or on top of the stage, to stay connected to the industry and still do something while earning a living. So very smart, Will. I love it.
My favorite memory from the New York Film Academy, weirdly enough, the kind of like lunch / dinner breaks that we all had together in the little hallway, and we would just eat and then sing songs and just kind of be crazy. It was a fun time to be a student, and we all just kind of like went with it, and we would sing songs while in lunch when the next class would still be another lesson where we would sing. So kind of those are my favorite memories, but also very much the shows we put on. In the first year we put on chess, which was huge. It was such a big success as well. And then the second year I was at the New York Film Academy, we put on Carousel, where I got to play Jigger. That was a big role for me. I had some voice and accent work done with someone there, which also kind of inspired me to become an accent coach and speech coach myself. So yeah, that's a big part of what I love to do, is because really I got to play Jigger in Carousel. So I think those are my favorite memories.
Oh, I love that. I do want to go back to the lunch and dinner breaks. So, usually you go home for dinner and then your day is done at school. Well, not at the New York Film Academy. You're in school from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then you have rehearsals for those shows that he was just talking about, like Carousel and Chess. And there were other, like we did readings and what else did we do? Like films, like actually recording films, like we did movie musicals. So there was a lot of rehearsals happening, and that we had to do outside of our actual classes, which meant that was happening from 7:30 to 10:30 or 11:30. I don't remember, but like it was a lot, to say the least. It was a lot. So the energy. Oh my God. Yeah. Definitely always loud, always singing. You would always hear like people breaking out into song based on a word that somebody else said. They're like, oh, that reminded me of this song. And then they start singing that song. So there's always a lot happening. Never a dull moment in a musical theater school. That's for sure. Oh, we get to hear Will sing a little something. Let's listen.
I'd rather be sailing, yes I would, on an open sea. I'd stand at the railing if I could, feeling wild and free. The sun is on my neck, the wind is in my face. The sea is incredibly blue.
Like
and I'd rather be sailing. Yes, I'd wanna go sail and then come home to you.
Oh, that was beautiful. Yay, Will. Thank you so much for sharing that. I like that cut for you. It sits in a beautiful part of your voice. And those notes up there, they were so balanced. So yes, Will, you know how to sing. Woo, yes, baby. I mean, obviously you do. You went to musical theater school and you did opera, apparently, that I didn't know about. What the heck? So I love seeing that, he's still in New York City after figuring out the visa stuff and working actor, dialect coach, doing different things to fill his cup and his wallet. So yes, I love that. Thank you so much, Will, for sharing. Let's move on to the next person. Let's have a look at Yasmine. Another fun fact. Yasmine was one of my bridesmaids at my wedding. And we stayed in touch a lot after school too. So let's look at what she's up to.
Hi everyone, my name is Yasmine. I'm an actress, voice actress, and singer-songwriter currently based between Canada and Poland.
Yes, so she is. She's actually originally from Poland, and split her time between Poland and Israel, and now she is splitting her time between Poland and Canada. She's just a citizen of the world, global citizen. I love it.
My journey with the art started early because I was a child performer in Poland, and my introduction to musical theater happened when I started working at the Teatr Roma, which is one of Poland's most renowned musical theaters, and that experience set everything in motion for me. After working for a few years, participating in TV competitions, doing voiceover work, acting, I knew I wanted to try my luck in New York. So I applied to the Musical Theater Conservatory.
Okay, so before we continue, it's so interesting for me to see like both Will and Yasmine did things, like lots of things before they went to the New York Film Academy. I had like a zero experience. Like I took voice lessons and I had recitals and that was it. And so it's awesome to see how much experience they've had. Yasmine was like a child actress in Poland, like Chicha said. And, you know, like I remember her showing us like newspaper, like little cutouts of like, you know, when she was featured in the news and things like that. So that's super cool. I didn't know she did TV competitions too. That's awesome. And I believe I don't think I'm making this up, but I think she also played Galinda in Wicked once in Poland, if I remember correctly. That's kind of cool.
Conservatory at the New York Film Academy. One of my favorite memories at NYFA was working on Carousel with a very talented director, Chad Austin. It was a beautiful experience and a beautiful show. And honestly, I also miss practicing pirouettes in the hallway of the school.
Oh my God.
Just living that musical theater life with my fellow students.
Oh, the pirouettes. You guys, we had to do so many pirouettes. Like in the first semester, it's like, yeah, you got to nail a single. The second semester, it's like, now you got to nail a double. And the third semester, it's like, you have to nail a triple. Like you have to be able to do a triple pirouette, period. And everybody was struggling, except the dancers. Except the dancers in our class. Corbin was one of those dancers, and we're going to have a look at one of his videos here in just a second, because he also sent me something. But yeah, practicing pirouettes. That was a daily thing that we had to do, or like we had to practice them because we needed to be able to do pirouettes.
You know, over the years, I've explored many options. I've tried film and production, stage management, even online streaming, but eventually I decided to step down because I thought that perhaps this path is not for me. Until about 2 years ago, when I had someone randomly message me, someone from the Polish music industry whom I worked with before, and they asked me about songwriting. Now, I've always been writing songs ever since I was a little girl, but it was mostly a form of self-therapy, and I never considered it to be a real option for me. However, this conversation really reignited my passion, and I gave it a try. And now I'm writing, auditioning, and doing voiceover work again.
Oh, I love that. See, here's the thing. The music industry, the theater industry, the film industry, it's like a little cutthroat. And when I say a little, I mean a lot. And it can sometimes be very much like, filling you with self-doubt, right? And like Yasmine said, well, maybe this isn't the right path for me, because it's tough. It's tough. And there's so many other people doing it as well. And sometimes taking a break and coming back to it is the best thing that you can do. And it sounds like that's what's happening with Yasmine. So she's coming back in, or like, for the last 2 years already, she's been getting back into it, and not just like writing songs, like the new thing that she started picking up, but also auditioning again and doing voiceover stuff again. That was actually probably one of my favorite memories from NYFA, voiceover work. We had a class on voiceover, and I really enjoyed it. I found that a lot of fun to, just do the acting just in your voice, and like people can't see you, because voiceover is when you're watching like a cartoon and not actual people, right? But you still hear voices, like that's what you're hearing. Or when there's like a commercial playing and you hear a voice talking about something, that's also voiceover. And I really enjoyed that. I thought that was super cool. So I'm excited to hear that Yasmine is doing voiceover work.
Meanwhile, I'm also passionate about wellness, and I'm a co-founder of Quality of Life Experts, which is a full transformation program for chronic pain. Helping people improve their quality of life is something I truly care about.
Oh, I love that too. So, this is something I struggle with when it comes to like balance, right? Like, yes, our passion is our job, right? Like, I'm a voice teacher. I love singing. For Yasmine, she loves writing and voiceover work and auditioning, right? Like that's her job. But it's also, if you're only doing that, it's, we need something else in our lives as well. For me, that's gardening, and it's more than just a hobby at this point. It's crazy. Yasmine, it's wellness. I remember like she was always running in New York. Like she was just running and running and running. And I'm like, girl, what are you running from? I just really don't like running. But like she was always super sporty. And after the New York Film Academy, she was also getting into personal training. So this, like being a co-founder of this company now, makes total sense to me, because that was always a passion for her. And so, with Will, he's also doing the auditioning side of things, but also coaching in dialects, right? And Yasmine is doing the auditioning and writing part, and also wellness coaching. So it's cool to see that both of these examples, they're doing different things.
An impromptu little song for you. It's a beautiful love song by Jason Ispel titled If We Were Vampires.
Ooh, okay.
And it talks about the fragility of life. And if you never listened to it before, I highly recommend you listen to the original, because it breaks the heart. All right. Chords. It's not the long flowing dress that you're in, or the light coming off of your skin, the fragile heart you've protected for so long, or the mercy in your sense of right and wrong. It's not your hand searching slow in the dark, or your nails leaving blood watermarks. It's not the way you talk me off the roof, your questions like directions to the truth. It's knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone, and maybe we'll get 40 years together. One day I'll be gone, one day you'll be gone.
Yes, so nice. I love it. I always appreciated this about Yasmine's voice, how much character she has. Sometimes in the musical theater world, it can be a little bit, I don't want to say cookie cutter, but sometimes it's kind of like difficult to keep those those little quirks that we have in our voices. And Yasmine was never bothered by that. She was like, nope, I'm gonna sing this my way. And I love that because it's great for like her own artist project and for her own original stuff that she's releasing, because it goes a little bit more into the contemporary side, the side that I really love. And she's always had that. And even though she has a big musical theater background, she's always had that. So I love that. Yay, Yasmine! Happy to see you thrive. Let's look at one more. We got Corbin. He's one of those dancers that I was telling you about who can do triple periods easy. So let's see what my little polar bear is up to. Corbin is originally from Alaska, and we all called him our little polar bear. So anyways, let's see what he's up to.
Hi, my name is Corbin Williams, and what initially made me want to get into musical theater, honestly, it was a little bit of a fluke because I just wanted to do film and TV acting. It just wasn't even on my radar. And then I had a mentor say to me, you're a dancer that can sing, we'll work on your acting, but you should consider musical theater, because what's sincerely going to happen when you're not doing theater? Then you can do film and TV. What happens when you're not doing film and TV? Then you can do theater. What happens when you're not doing theater? Maybe you can do voiceover. What happens when do you see where I'm going with this? So always having options and diversifying yourself.
Well, that seems to be a theme today, diversifying yourself. I love it.
And once I found that I had a knack for it and that I really have enjoyed it, it's been my bread and butter this past decade since I graduated. And it really has opened, and not only opened my eyes, but it's definitely humbled me. What have I been up to since graduating? That is a good question. Since graduating, I have expanded my resume. I launched a podcast and my own business, business and show business, which focuses on the business logisticals of this industry for a lot of young talent who might not know. It's kind of those questions that you have. Well, where do I go and how do I, what to expect? So that's what my business addresses.
Yeah, like not just like the skills behind it, like teaching you how to sing and act and dance and all that stuff. It's more like the business side of it, right? Like where should you move to? How do you audition? What do you expect? Like he said, I think it's so cool. How to business and show business.
I've been a part of governance within AEA for a time. That was really eye-opening and humbling again. So a lot's been going on. I got married.
Yes.
And
same.
just have continued to grow my life well outside of show business.
And he also just finished his tour with Beetlejuice. He was in the national tour of Beetlejuice, and he finished that earlier this late winter, early spring. And it's just so amazing to see like your friends, the people that you went to school with, being on off-Broadway, on Broadway, in national tours, international tours. Like it's amazing. I'm so proud of everyone. Oh my God.
My favorite memory from New York Film Academy, I must say, has to be meeting an eclectic group of people that I would not otherwise have the chance to meet. I did not go to a traditional school in that sense, but being that it's an international school, and they have locations around the world, it broadened my perspective, because sometimes we as Americans don't always get outside of our own bubble. So to be with diverse thought that's other than the American white picket fence idea was also a breath of fresh air. Sing a little song. Okay, quick little note, a quick song. The one that got me the audition for Beetlejuice. First of all, right time, right place, right fit. And the business of theater has really shifted from musical theater pop rock, and it's transitioned into pop rock.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget this. One of my classmates sang this song, and I was like, what? Who does he think he is? But then when I added this song to my book, I was like, I know who I am. It's Alive by Sia. And it goes, I had a one-way ticket to the place where all the demons go, where the wind don't change, nothing in the ground can ever grow. No hope, just lies, and it's hard to cry in your pillow. But I survived. Get that lick.
Oh, did that clip. No, I did not. You got it. You got it. Yes. Corvette. Oh my gosh. Corvette is so fun. I miss his face. Oh my goodness. He is an incredible dancer. The man does not have a single gram of body fat. He's just muscle and an incredible dancer, obviously great singer, as you could just hear. And he was just kind of like not even trying, and sounded incredible. And no, just I'm so proud of all the success that he's seen in both his personal life, in his business, and in his career. So that's just absolutely amazing. I'm so happy for you, Corbin. And one of my favorite memories with Corbin is we were standing in a circle. Like a little massage circle. And so, you know, you would massage the person in front of you and they would massage the person behind you would massage you. And the teacher was like walking us through where to massage and how to do it and everything. And then it came to the buttocks, right? And it's musical theater school. It's just what happens. And like, obviously everybody was fine with it. And Corbin was behind me and he was like, girl, your butt is so low. Because I have really short legs. Like I am all torso, no legs. And I found that so freaking funny. Corbin. Anyways, I love it. Let's look at Caroline. Originally from Sweden, I believe. And I think she's now in England. Let's have a listen.
Hello, my name is Caroline. And a reason that I chose to study musical theatre.
Holy smokes! Caroline, you did not talk like that in New York City. Oh my God, she sounds like a full-on Brit now. What? Ah! I did not expect that at all. Okay, yeah, she is in England now.
So I was actually dead set on working with horses for a long time.
Yes,
I always
I
enjoyed
remember that.
singing and dancing. And I loved watching behind the scenes of films if I could get my hands on the material. And then one day I took part in a little production at my school of a little musical. And I realized this is really, really fun and I would like to do this. So then I started applying to schools and I studied music theatre for a couple of years in my home country, Sweden. Mm-hmm. And then when I graduated from there, I was like, oh, where can I take this to the next level? And I started looking at some schools in the UK, but then I stumbled upon New York Film Academy. So this is amazing to have both musical theatre and film, because I did a 2-year conservatory, so I got a bit of both, a bit of best worlds. And also, of course, we had some fantastic teachers, some who were and are currently on Broadway, so big pull.
Yes. I remember like we had the opportunity to go see like our teachers, our coaches perform on Broadway while we were in school. I remember we saw Todd Buonapane in Cinderella, I think he was. At that time, we saw Tom in The Lion King on Broadway. Like, it was really cool to go see your teachers that you work with during the day and like see them perform on Broadway at night. So yeah, that was definitely super cool about the New York Film Academy.
It was wonderful as well to get to study with people from all over the world. So that was the big pull for me. And then what have I been doing since graduating from New York Film Academy? Well, I moved back to Sweden for a little bit, and then because it was quite difficult to stay in the United States, you need a lot of visas, etc.
There you go.
So I decided to stay in Europe. So I went over to the United Kingdom, where I'm currently based. And then I auditioned and got into a company who would have me perform in different hotels abroad as well. So I performed in hotels for a few years in Turkey and in Greece, which was really fun.
Wow.
And then I had a bit of an unplanned break because of COVID. And then when COVID kind of ended and things started to open up again, I was a singing bartender in London for a little bit. It was a lot of fun.
That's cool. Singing bartender. That's something that you have in New York as well. The Ellen Stardust Diner or something like that. They do that there too, and that's super cool. And also singing in hotels. That's smart. That's a nice. That's a very nice gig. Cruises is another one of those when people, like on cruises, you have all this entertainment, and so people go and sing on these cruises, which is cool.
Then I kept auditioning, and now I have my current job, which is my current contract, where I perform in a hotel chain called Warner's. And it's really, really fun. We do a few different shows, cabarets as well, and
Ooh.
evening entertainment, which is a lot of fun. And then
Yes.
a favorite memory from New York Film Academy. I must say it was amazing to have all of these international people from all over the world, and some of them are still my close friends to this day. Just wish they were a bit closer. But one of my favorite memories is we were all divided into sections our first year because we were quite a big class. So we had section A, B, C, D. And I was put in section A, and section A had a little bit of a call to each other. So one of us would start section A hoo-ha, and then wherever they were in a different room in the hallway or in the same room, everyone from that section would go hoo-ha, with different amounts of energy and excitement. So that's one of my favorite memories.
Oh, I love that. I was not in section A. Oh my God, looks like I missed out. But hoo-ha, there you
But
go.
now I'll sing you a little bit of one of the songs I do in my cabaret set.
Yes.
It's a little bit of Adele for you, so I hope you enjoy.
Ooh, yes.
There is no gold in this river that I've been washing my hands in forever. I know there is hope in these waters, but I can't bring myself to swim when I am drowning in this silence, baby. Let me in. Go easy on me, baby. I was still a child, didn't get the chance to feel the world around me. I had no time to choose what I chose to do. So go easy on me.
Nice. Oh, beautiful, Caroline. Thank you so much for sharing. You have a great mix. Ooh, that was really, really, really nice. And I love that you have like a stable contract. Like that is something a lot of performers wish they had. A lot of actors, singers. It's you're always kind of like jumping from gig to gig to gig to gig, and it sounds like Caroline has a nice and stable. It's only as stable as a job like that can get, but like something consistent, and that's worth a lot because most of your time as an actor is spent on auditioning. So yay, I love that for you, Caroline. Thank you so much for sharing. And your whole like British accent right there was like, oh my, hold on. You did not sound like that 10 years ago. But that's what living in England will do for you. But also she's from Sweden, so a little closer to the UK, so that makes sense. All right, last but not least, let's have a look. Bruno, let's go.
Hi, my name is Bru Uribe. I am 30 years old. I'm an actor, I'm a singer, I'm a musical theater performer. I'm also a theater director, and yeah, I do a lot of stuff.
And
I
photographer.
think what made me decide to study musical theater has to do with, I was obsessed with musicals when I was in middle school and high school. Also, I'm this generation who was obsessed with High School Musical.
Oh,
So
okay. Let's talk about High School Musical. My entire room in my childhood room was full of High School Musical theater posters. There was not a single spot on the wall that was empty. It was all musical theater, High School Musical posters, and then even on the ceiling, I had to put some up so that when from my bed, I could see Zac Efron. Had a major crush on him, but anyways, loved High School Musical.
I guess that, had something to do with me wanting to do musical theater. And then in high school, when I was like full on doing musical theater, I saw my friends, achieving professional works and working professionally in the industry. So I felt inspired to do the same, but also I wanted to, prepare myself really, really good. So I decided to go to New York City and study musical theater, which was really great. I am really grateful that I did that. And also I'm really grateful that after graduating in 2016, I've been able to do a lot of things. Musical theater, of course. I've been doing photography since 2018. I do headshots for all of my friends and colleagues, and
Another great way to stay connected in the industry, taking headshots for actors, working people, staying connected, just like Will, in a different way. Very smart.
people who wants to have beautiful headshots. And also, I am really glad that I've been able to step away from the box of musical theater, and I've been able to do different kinds of theater, which I am grateful for, because
Okay,
I
very cool.
love acting. I love, experimenting and not just staying in one kind of theater, because I like to be very versatile actor. And that's what I've been doing. During the pandemic, I stopped for a couple of years. I moved from Mexico City. I went to a place called Huasca del Campo, which is a town that is like 3 hours away from here. It was really nice to live among nature. But in 2023, I came back to the city, and I've been working in theater nonstop.
Wow.
Also with my photography, so I'm really grateful for that. One of the most amazing memories that I have of NIFA was when, we were different groups, same generation but different groups. But sometimes when
That's what Caroline
we
was
had
talking
our,
about too.
showcases, and it was time for us to show our talent to, our families, our teachers, we had this beautiful showcase. And then we could see what song everyone was singing, what songs we were singing together. And I just remember being mind blown for all the talent that everyone had at that time. And yeah, I feel like I will always remember when I was really excited about the show and hearing everyone sing, and I was really excited to sing. And
Yeah.
then we were singing beautiful songs as a group together. It just felt great. You could feel the electricity, the talent, and everyone just doing amazing at what they do, I am really grateful for NIFA, and I am really grateful for all the people I've met. And I hope they keep pursuing their dreams and their passions. I still do, sometimes it's really hard, but I still do. And I am really grateful for that. I can say that I am a really versatile actor, and I've learned a lot during the years, school and professional years.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna sing a little bit for you guys. I hope you like it. And Lara, thank you so much for inviting me to do this. I am really
Of course.
grateful. Mwah.
Oh, love you, Bruno. We're gonna go over to the different singing video here, and but before we do, real quick, one of my favorite memories with Bruno. We had like a combat class where we had to like learn how to do combat without actually hurting each other, like as part of like our acting classes. And I was in a group together with Bruno and a couple other people as well. And we recorded the entire thing. And they were kind of like, I was walking down the street and they were like attacking me on the street. That was kind of like the setup, whatever. And then there's this really funny moment in the video where I'm like kicking Bruno to the wall, and then he like slams into the wall and then like whoosh, looks over at the like back at me. Like it's just really funny. I'll see if I can find the clip and insert it here, but it's hilarious.
Action!
Anyway, Anyways, let's listen to beautiful Bruno sing.
I look at you and suddenly something
vibrato.
in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me. It's that old devil moon that you stole from the skies. It's that old devil moon in your eyes. You and your glance make this romance too hard to handle. Stars in the night blazing their light can't hold a candle to your razzle dazzle you.
Yes.
Got me flying high and wide on a magic carpet ride, full of butterflies inside. Wanna cry, wanna croon, wanna laugh like a loon. It's that old devil moon in your eyes.
Oh, Bruno, that was beautiful. Such great balance in your voice. Oh, I always loved hearing Bruno sing. He's just had such a rich and full voice. And here, he was just so balanced, so amazing. Yes, Bruno. Woo! So good, so good. And I do want to touch on one more thing that he said, like watching everybody perform and everybody sharing their talent because everybody was really good. That's usually what happens when you leave high school and you go to college for music. It's, like you might be the best at your high school or, like among the best or whatever. But it's not everybody is a singer or everybody is an actor or whatever. And then you go to school for it and now it's like, oh my God, everybody's like me. And it can be incredibly inspiring. It can also be a little bit scary at first because you're like, oh my God, like I am not special. But I love that Bruno commented on that. And yeah, because that energy is definitely there. And it's just great when you're around people who are all supportive of each other and not tearing each other down. So I love that. And we definitely had a great time at the New York Film Academy, meeting people from all over the world, as you can see. Oh my gosh, everyone was international except Corbin. He was from, Alaska. Might as well be international. But so everybody who sent in a video, thank you so much for sharing. For you watching, I hope this was helpful to just kind of see who are these people that are going to musical theater school, what were their experiences like, and what do they do now? Are they still in theater? Are they doing something else? And it looks like, it's a little bit of a hybrid, like a little bit of theater and also a little bit of doing something else, but still staying connected. And, we have other classmates as well who went on to, become parents and still doing theater on the side. Others who, started doing something completely different that has nothing to do with theater anymore. And that's okay as well. And also a lot of them, I see they're now more behind the stage, like production and management and all of that. So that's a lot of our like classmates are doing that too. So, it's just really cool to see how everybody's lives has evolved in the last 9 to 10 years, which is like crazy to think about. But anyways, thank you everybody for sharing. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. Having a little bit of a look into the musical theater world or the musical theater school world. Thank you to the New York Film Academy. It was a great school. By the way, this is not sponsored by the New York Film Academy. I'm just sharing my experience, and so are my former classmates. We're just sharing our experiences. We had a great time. And anyways, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.